This video is sponsored by TigerStream, and your promo code is in the description. A car bomb exploded on a busy street in Baghdad today, killing 10 and wounding many others. U.S. lawmakers say this is an intolerable act of terror that must be met with swift military force. One official said, "No stone will be left unturned and no cost will be spared until we bring the perpetrators of such an atrocity to justice. The full force of the U.S. military will rain down on the evildoers." This video is proof that we as Americans must rise up and protect those who cannot protect themselves. Right? Oh wait, let's back this up. Oh, no one was actually hurt in this supposed act of terrorism. This was all staged just to make it look like a situation where America needed to come in to rescue yet another country. A situation where it just looked like there was a reasonable justification for more military intervention and for more spending to continue the war on terror. Another seemingly horrible event that could be exploited by the media as they once again take their cues from those who control the levers of power as they mobilize armed forces and sink us deeper and deeper into transgenerational debt slavery. Even if this was an event that actually happened, even if a mass amount of people actually died, America has no business entangling themselves in the affairs of yet another conflict. Have we not learned our lesson? Over the decades, our leaders have caused us to become the great global terrorist in our rush to defend and continue to prop up the failing petrodollar. What's that you say? The government is here to protect us and would never attempt to conceive such an evil plan in order to deceive us and lead us into another costly and destructive war? If you care to educate yourself on the willingness of government agents to create conditions that would cause Americans to clamor for war, then I suggest you Google and read the declassified document Operation Northwoods, which the Joint Chiefs of Staff in 1962 concocted to lead us into war with Cuba. In fact, it was literally titled Justification for U.S. Military Intervention in Cuba, where they outline a plan to create, quote, helpful waves of national indignation by committing acts of terror on American soil in order to get people on their side for war. When you watch the news, do you turn your mind off and forget the fact that corporate media is run by global elitists who are not only there to make money and increase their range of power, they have proven time and time again that they will fudge the truth, exaggerate, modify, withhold vital information, and outright lie about a story just to get ratings, promote a political agenda, foment war, or control a narrative. Like Charles Jaco here and his buddy Carl Rochelle standing in front of a blue screen and pretending to be under attack from incoming missile fire so that CNN, a government-favored propaganda outlet, can get viewers on board with the war objective in the Middle East. Or Ashley Banfield and Nancy Grace pretending to be thousands of miles away from each other when in reality they're standing only a couple parking places away from each other in the same parking lot. How about the famous boy supposedly from Aleppo, Syria, whose home was supposedly bombed, as the CNN actor tries to get you to believe that this child, who looks perfectly fine and who looks like he was staged in the back of an ambulance, his face covered with fake blood, and she's sitting there all choked up trying to sell you on the idea that this little kid escaped a horrific attack and is now homeless. Why in the heck should we believe this is true? How about CIA operative Anderson Cooper pretending to be on site for the Sandy Hook hoax when his nose disappears on live TV because he's really standing in front of a green screen? Or Mika Brzezinski on The Morning Joe, openly admitting that it's the media's job to control what people think.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah. How about when Fox's Sean Hannity was caught using footage of a much larger crowd from a completely different event to make a GOP healthcare rally look more heavily attended than it actually was? When he was caught by Jon Stewart, and this is no endorsement for authoritarian-minded Jon Stewart, but facts are facts. When Hannity was caught flat out being dishonest, here's what he had to say.
And finally tonight, although it pains me to say this, Jon Stewart, Comedy Central, he was right. Now, on his program last night, he mentioned that we had played some incorrect video on this program last week while talking about the Republican healthcare rally on Capitol Hill. He was correct. We screwed up. We aired some video of a rally in September, along with the video from the actual event. It was an inadvertent mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. So, Mr. Stewart, you were right. We apologize. But by the way, I want to thank you and all your writers for watching. And that is all the time we have left this evening. As always, thank you for being with us.
What about this tragic train crash footage? Oh wait, that's not a train crash. That's actually an emergency simulation drill in the UK involving 2,000 crisis actors. By the way, this footage could easily be used by mainstream outlets to promote the idea of a train station bombing. Heck, these crisis actors could be used for virtually any simulated crisis, like a school shooting or even a marathon bombing. You need to be aware that this short video doesn't even scratch the surface of all the ironclad evidence that could be shown where cable news channels and government agencies were caught intentionally falsifying information and distributing it to the public as the rock-solid truth. If you want more information, more hardcore evidence of known fakery, I'll leave some links for you in the description below. Since mainstream media and the government have a history of deceiving the masses, I'm truly surprised in this information age that people still fall for their lies. And I'm more convinced than ever that what's happening with the current YouTube adpocalypse debacle is nothing more than a slick attempt at tightening the screws of censorship. I'm going to leave you with photos of this protest that turned violent, where many were killed and many more were injured. Oh wait, this isn't a violent protest. These are also crisis actors slipping into their roles to create more news agency fodder that'll be used in publications around the world to spin a story that isn't true in order to push a narrative that fulfills the nefarious agenda of those in power.
Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you want to see more videos like this, click that big red subscribe button down there, and as soon as I upload a video, you'll be one of the first to see it. If you want to support this channel, pick up one of these hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts. You'll find the link in the description below, along with a plethora of other hard-hitting, high-impact designs. Remember, guys, the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people will secure their own oppression. Let's stop securing our own oppression, and let's start today. I'll see you guys in the next video.